Hello and welcome to The Real Deal. Now, if you've ever seen Jersey Boys on the West End or the Broadway stage, then we're sure you'll be planning on getting those toe-tapping feet to the cinema to see if its movie version does it any justice.
Well, we managed to get ourselves to the gala screening this week, and we'll give you the real deal right after this trailer.
You want to hear the real story? I'm the one you want to talk to, Tommy DeVito. Wasn't for me, we all would have wound up with a bullet in our head.
Friends like that, you should change your name to Sinatra.
I'm gonna be as big as Sinatra.
I would love to introduce you to a new discovery of mine, Frankie Valli.
I heard them all, but I never heard a voice like Frankie Valli's. I know I need to write for this voice.
So that's the trailer for Jersey Boys. So is it more, oh what a night, or oh why did I go and see this?
That is awful. It sits in the middle, actually.
Right.
It's neither brilliant nor super bad. Basically, if you haven't seen Jersey Boys in any form, it is the story of four boys who are growing up in Jersey on the wrong side of the tracks. They're kind of a little bit involved in crime, etc. And at the same time, they are part of a group that takes many different names, and they're just trying to get their break. And Frankie Valli comes on board, and he has the most incredible, unique voice that's never been heard before, and that's where the film kind of lifts off, and it's their life story of how they made it as the Four Seasons. It's an interesting one. You love the musical, don't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Yeah. Basically, the film is, if you imagine what the musical is and just put a camera on stage, that's what you're getting in this film. It's directed by Clint Eastwood. It has a whole host of cinematic unknowns, but theatre-wise, like the guy that plays Frankie Valli, he's won a Tony Award for his performance. He was the original in the Jersey Boys. So Clint has brought all these people together to make this film, and it's good. I think there's been a lot of mixed reaction following the kind of initial screening. I didn't mind it. I'm not a Jersey Boys fan. I've not really one to go and pay the money to go and watch it in the West End. Why are you
Broadway.
laughing?
I'm just remembering how much I loved it.
Yeah, Joe was really gutted that he couldn't make this particular screening because he is so in love with Jersey Boys.
Well, I want to know, does it justify being put on screen? Because when I went to see the Broadway show, go and see it on Broadway, baby. When I went to go and see the Broadway show, the songs drove the narrative forwards, and it was sort of like a gangster flick. It was quite gritty, quite violent, with songs that knitted it together beautifully. I loved it. Is there any point sticking it on screen?
Yes and no. Again, it's one of those really grey films for me. I think it tries to be too much like the musical on stage without admitting it. So obviously you have better sets. You have the great singers who do the roles justice. There is no drama to make it cinematic, which is the problem, it sounds like you find it more on stage, it's a lot more drama. But for instance, one of the characters loses his daughter in the film, and it goes from one shot of him being told on the phone through to the funeral very quickly through to him in a diner, and that is that situation dealt with. Quite like if you have to move stuff along on a stage play, it works like that. You move seamlessly from scene to scene, and you're jumping 5 to 10 years. They walk through a door and suddenly they're at 10 years later and stuff is happening, and you have to kind of catch up with all of that, which can be confusing. But there are quirky elements to it as well. I love the soundtrack. I didn't know a huge amount about the Four Seasons, but I was bopping along. I really enjoyed it.
How good are their tunes as well? So many
really
great
good.
tunes.
And actually what you don't realise, or what you didn't realise before you watch this, is that actually those tunes, I didn't realise how far back they stretched. We still listen to them, use them. They're remixed today. It's quite an important set of, a song genre. But it is okay. It's just at the end, and this isn't the spoiler, but they do realise that it is a musical, or they acknowledge it at the end. And I think that's you go, oh, thank God, because otherwise it's on the verge of being a little bit too serious for its own good.
So Bex, I'm begging you, what's the real deal on Jersey Boys?
The real deal is, if you have never thought to go and see it on stage but are intrigued to see what the fuss is about the Jersey Boys franchise, then definitely go and check it out at the cinema. If you're a fan, you probably will do that anyway. But if you're not that fussed, then don't spend your money, because it isn't something that's going to blow your mind.
Find a name and a sound, and then we can make something happen. Listen, we got something for you, all right?
Sherry. Set up the 8-track. We're gonna double Frankie's voice. It's gonna explode right off the radio.
Is that a different sound? I love this record!
We do everything together.
How old are you?
Together?
or separately?
Well, that is the real deal on the Jersey Boys. It's a 3.5 film for me, 3.5 stars. It's a great feel-good musical movie, and for that reason alone, I think it's worth a watch. But what we want to find out is, what is your favourite movie musical? Don't point, it's rude. What's your favourite musical, Joe?
The Lion King.
Oh.
Why not?
I can just see you singing to it now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Real men all love Simba. That's fine.
Okay, good. For my sins, I adore Moulin Rouge. I'm sorry, it's going to cause a whole load of backlash, but I'm putting it out there. That one's mine.
You judged me as well.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm judgmental.
Listen, make sure you leave us a comment here. You can tweet us your thoughts at The Real Film Show. Catch up with us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel as well. Thanks for watching.